I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to be able to do here. Because as mentioned, statistically, these two teams are fairly evenly matched. So I feel like it could go kind of either way.
Yeah, when I was looking at Chinggis Warriors, what it looks like is that controllers, so firstly, he was a big part of the reason why they won that original game. He went nuclear, so that's someone to keep an eye on Mirage. Definitely watching out for controllers to see if he can put up that same form, and also if what's the support around him, because sometimes I think that lacks. But now as we get into our proceedings, Mirage is live. Rare Atom starting on the T side, and on the pistol round, they're just going to be executing A. They're going to be barging out, and no one's really going to block them. And the bomb's going to get planted in this 5 versus 5 as Rare Atom poised as well to control CT. Flashbangs coming in, the utility's perfect, but the shots are not connecting. Lee Hang down, and now Rare Atom have to try and play this post plant.
Slowly going to start making their way in here. Corner's getting kind of half-checked, leaving his teammate high and dry. But Ghetto Kids has made his way all the way in onto the site. Not going to be able to get too much more done there, unfortunately. A little bit telegraphed. And, well, Rare Atom will kind of demolish through them as they attempt to make their way in towards the site. Not the best coordination on that retake. But, pistol rounds are as pistol rounds be.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good plan B from Rare Atom, because they tried to take CT. That did not go well, and they pivot very quickly to have control elsewhere, and it was a sign that Chinggis Warriors were not really able to react with. So it's going to be a good start for Rare Atom in our first map as they take the pistol and now are up against an eco.
Nice bit of early mid control here. Interesting, because they've definitely identified that there's a lot of presence here, but they're opting to push into this stack. No fear whatsoever. The first dink to come through, but unfortunately, when you've got 3 players just rushing towards you with rifles in hand, not too much more you can get done there. One more with the Deagle would be a great little bit of economic damage and a bit more cash in the bank for the next round, but unfortunately doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Uses an opportunity here. Knows there's one just below him. Knows there's one towards long. If he can get the timing on this. Doesn't take the shot. Taken out by Dangerous. Would have been cool if he'd gotten that one extra, but ultimately that round goes as expected.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually quite a cool set round from Rare Atom. There was that jungle smoke thrown from mid. Didn't know that was a lineup. I've never seen that before. Yeah, look, a really simple, kind of cool set play from Rare Atom. They lose one, but I think they're kind of fine with that. It's not the end of the world. But that was against the eco, so it was a cool round. But it should have, in all honesty, always gone the way it did. Now up against the full purchase. This is when we get into the real meat and potatoes of proceedings.
Fairly light smattering of utility for the Chinggis Warriors to work with here. We're going to have to make that count. Might have to try to keep some of that for a potential retake. They're going on exploratory missions here, so they're trying to control as much of the map as humanly possible. I do like that. Ooh! Controls just manages to escape with his life there. Window will get flushed out. That does give over quite a bit of information. Unfortunately, information does not win you games. It's headshots that do. News will counter with one of his own. Bring things back to a more even kilter. But somebody, he's got a bit of a bone to pick with this Chinggis team. And slowly but surely, the Chinggis Warriors get dismantled as they attempt to be proactive. Rare Atom hold the line. Now bomb's made its way over towards that B side. It should be a free plant. And the best that the Chinggis Warriors could hope for here is a save, but unfortunately not going to be allowed.
I mean, Rare Atom kind of just running circles around Chinggis Warriors right now. This gives me a lot of... Yeah, this is kind of how I remembered them playing back when they were in Europe. So I guess like September of last year, maybe a little bit later on, where it was a very aim heavy team, and Lin Vision, I had similar kind of recounts of them, of the same as well. Like, quite an aim-heavy team. They put a lot of pressure on multiple parts very often, and it looks maybe a little bit random and sporadic at times, but it's very dangerous, and it's very beautiful when it works. And it feels like that's what we're seeing in Mirage, of just somewhat of that same, of just a lot of pressure applied, quite heavy in a lot of different places.
A little bit troll. Yeah, I don't hate what Chinggis are at least attempting to do. Spreading out, taking a bit of map control, trying to get proactive. But very often you get to a situation where it's less about your tactics and it's more about winning those gun battles, winning those 1v1s. At the moment, it feels like Chinggis Warriors are kind of struggling in that regard. So the best thing for them to do here is to perhaps try to isolate some of these duels. Give yourselves a numbers advantage so that you can potentially kind of springboard off of that. Now, AWP in hand, 4 controls. That's going to be all the way towards mid, so it's not going to get too much action, unfortunately. Might give them a better opportunity of holding on to that gun at the end of this round if they don't manage to survive. But with all of the utility and all of the noise that's been made, Rare Atom instead decides, you know what, there's quite a few people here. We're just going to leave one player in apartments, or in Palace rather, see if they can grab anything. And the rest of us are going to head over towards this B site. Zora's waiting for it. Hasn't moved from his position. It's the right call to make. Glad that they haven't gone for an over-rotation.
Rare Atom definitely wanted to go towards A at the beginning of the round, and something clicked. They were forced to pivot away, but they made a lot of noise in doing so. Felt pretty obvious what they're doing, and I'm surprised Chinggis Warriors haven't reacted appropriately. Oh, we're still going to go towards A. Yeah, somebody charges up connector. There's 3 defenders still here for Chinggis Warriors. A double AWP, though, now poised potentially to have to go on a retake, is not looking very happy. News is being baited in spectacularly on the bomb site. No one clears him, but he's only able to get one. In the meantime, controls rising above the rest. 2 pivotal frags for him, but it's now left into the 1 versus 1. Bomb shall be planted. Rare Atom. This round's gone a bit awry. They had the opening kills. They don't clear the bomb site, but they still are in a position where they can succeed. AWP has been switched out now for the AK. No kit is the issue for Zor. And as the smoke on the bomb, a tap, but the spray cannot be tamed, and Rare Atom stay flawless.
Oh, it's so hard to control a spray when someone is peeking like that. Unfortunately, you just can't quite get the angle right. You can't get the shots to connect the way that you want. And that does not go the way that Chinggis would have wanted. A huge investment into that last round for it to all just completely fall apart. And honestly, the confidence from Rare Atom to go, okay, Palace didn't work. We'll just go through mid. We'll be fine. We were still going to hit A. We don't care. But we're just going to go from a different direction. And the fact that it works so well, they're kind of deathballing their way through, and Chinggis just collapsing under the pressure round after round. We're 1 round away from, you know, the halfway point. 6 rounds for Rare Atom could make things very difficult for the Chinggis Warriors to come back, particularly looking at the economy.
Yeah, I mean, they will have another purchase than next, and I wonder if we see a double AWP being pulled out again. Rare Atom playing a lot more slower in this round, less movement across the map, and the extremity players are succeeding. Somebody picks off Nuiz. Kaze also collecting an opening kill in middle, and Chinggis Warriors very sporadic. A lot of moving pieces right now for the CT side, and they do get at least 1 kill for their troubles, but it will look like it's going to be a B finish for Rare Atom. Article is currently alone. He is getting support pretty imminently. The I guess question is how much is this Deagle that's supporting now going to do? Rare Atom, they've got the weaponry advantage, the numbers advantage. Oh, did I speak too soon? This Deagle is starting to sing. 2 kills. A left-right good night. Bomb trying to be planted. A tap. Trying to bait out the Deagle. Kaze finally disposes of him with the Tech 9. And now advantage swung back in favor of Rare Atom. And a troubling round finally does come in favor.
Yeah, you want to say that the economic damage was at least valuable. And I suppose in a round like that, where you came in with very little, it does certainly help out. Chinggis going again for this double AWP setup. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I do know how I feel about this, but I don't know. I don't want to say it. It's concerning. It definitely did not net them any real results last time around. See if they can maybe change things here. As now Rare Atom start to make their way towards this B site. Have already circled in towards mid here. Good little bit of util being laid down just to try and slow them down a bit, but it hasn't done anything. Summer, how have you done that? He's just gone on a round-the-world adventure and managed to take out one of Chinggis Warriors players before they've even known what's happened. Now, once again, they have full control of this A site. Another kill to follow up. Kaze would get one more. Bomb posturing itself towards B. Somebody bests the AWP, and he can do whatever the heck he wants at this point. He can go B, he can go A, he can go back and sit and spawn and wait for his team to clean up. This has been a disaster of a round for the Chinggis Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost what I was saying, right, of the Rare Atom. Sometimes it looks a bit random. Like the bombs in apartments by themselves, dueling an AWP. Wow, this is a very one-sided game. You got Child King going 10-1 currently on Rare Atom. He's having a dangerous performance, and Rare Atom, like, it's just so brutal. They changed the pace in a way that Chinggis Warrior were not prepared for. And it feels like every single round Rare Atom have mid control without any contention, and then mobilize with that control very quickly, and Chinggis Warriors can't react. A tactical pause call for the CT side. They need to try and find a solution for something, because everything's going very wrong right now for them, and there's heavy investments from like players like Zora in this round. I'm not sure if I like that, and this Mirage is looking very one-sided.
We'll see if Chinggis can turn things around here. I mean, they'll need to get a few rounds in this half if they want to have any hope of mounting a T side. Some teams just do better on that T half, but goodness me, Summer just having his absolute way with the Chinggis Warriors. Will be followed up by Dangerous getting one more, and this round, well, that's all she wrote moment. I'm really hoping that Chinggis can find a way to come back into this, but with the way Rare Atom are playing at the moment, I don't know how likely that is. And it really does kind of spark concern, because we mentioned that this is a team that's taken a series off of Rare Atom in the past. They've beaten teams like the Huns. They've had some really, really good results over the last couple of months. To see them kind of falling this far to the wayside is a little disheartening.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it looks like they're on an upward trajectory, and you have players like Controllers who, as I mentioned, is honestly playing some really good Counter-Strike right now, and was pivotal in their previous victory. You also have Rokes, who seems to be like the kind of second fragger alongside Controllers, and then you have still very decent performances from E-Fire and Nuiz. That seems to be the kind of win potential. They seem to be the ones where when they step up, Chinggis Warrior do their best work. Issue is, like, just no one's stepping up right now, and Chinggis Warriors winless going into round 9. It's only one AWP this time. How are they going to try to turn mid? Finally, Controllers with an opening kill, but it's a swift trade from Kaze.
I feel like utility might be something that is lacking to an extent. I mean, Controllers just running out like that, trying to get a follow-up kill, a little bit too aggressive, and now a similar situation with Zor. It's tough. It feels like whether they hold an angle, whether they swing out, they just lose. But Ghetto Kids gets 2 of his own in mid. A beautiful little readjustment there will allow them to even out the numbers. They've managed to kind of get into a position behind Rare Atom as well. So there is potential here for the comeback, the swing, the Ferrari peak absolutely obliterates Ghetto Kids. And now News is the last one alive. Got 1 incendiary. Potentially, nope. Oh, okay, he wins that, but unfortunately at that point, his position's known, and there's not much more that he can get done. Another close round. Close, but no cigar.
Yeah, a bit of a whiff from Summer there. Almost led to danger. Very random round, and Rare Atom are not doing anything different. They're doing the exact same utility sets in middle, and they just keep on somehow getting given kind of jewels for free. Like Chinggis Warrior, you know, I don't hate controllers trying to go for something more aggressive, but then like short player just being picked off, com player being picked off. It feels very random from yeah, definitely quite random from Chinggis Warriors. And Rare Atom, it just feels like they're capitalizing upon this chaos and they're kind of thriving in the pandemonium. This round, they are going to slow it down, but Rare Atom are looking really, really good right now. And I wonder how far they can take the success. It's just what I mean, like, they're just getting free kills.
Yeah. Their understanding of Chinggis' pathing has also been fantastic. I think that for Chinggis, a lot of what they're doing is fairly telegraphed. So Rare Atom just constantly checking the right places, checking the right angles. And again, winning out these 1v1s, which is such an important part of it. And I still think that perhaps if Chinggis Warriors had any sort of a real T side, let's face it, by the end of this half, if they have 2 rounds, it'll be miraculous. And even with 2 rounds, that's nothing to work with, unfortunately. But I think that there are more opportunities for them on a T side. I mean, almost every map in the pool has become pretty darn T-sided in recent times. But unfortunately, the CT side has crumbled. Coordination hasn't been where it needs to be. The fundamentals are just lacking.
Big change of pace here. Big change of direction. They're just popping out, eh? Chinggis Warriors are so not prepared for this. They were postured and was definitely ready to try and combat towards middle. Now they have to play for the 5 versus 5 retake. They've done a lot of big chip damage to the likes of Kaze and Lihang, but Kaze's still efficient with the AWP. Another player does come low. Child King is only on 13 HP, but all these frags are floating in favor of Rare Atom. It looks like 11 is destined for them. And this progression smoke that the CTs have thrown to try get onto the bomb site, if anything, has just aided Rare Atom. A lovely cool, but a very weird ending to a round where it feels like it's just fizzled out for Chinggis Warriors. Like they never even really have a proper go at that retake, and it's just 11-0 for Rare Atom.
It's the first save for Chinggis Warriors as well, which in round 11 is...
It's a bit late, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Damn. Yeah, not too much more to get done here. And that does happen, right? You lose 10 rounds in a row, the 11th one on the horizon, and there's a part of your mental that just goes, yeah, never mind. And that can be really difficult to bounce back from, especially because, like, what's even crazier to me is looking at the last time these two guys played up against each other, the scorelines were pretty close. 13-8, 16-14, 13-11. For Chinggis Warriors to not even be able to post up a round is outrageous. Surely we see some sort of a turnaround into the next, but obviously this is now the last in this half. News has stepped up, will give his team an opportunity to at least get 1 in this half. Now Zero holding the smoke, waiting for someone to walk into his line of sight as the smoke clears. Oh, beautiful little setup there. The AWP misses, but somebody just off to the side can finish that off. Down to 3v3. All right, Crouch and shimmy and a bit of a whiff means that Dangerous will firmly wrestle back that control. But News, this has been a great round from him. How much more can he do? The bomb's been planted. They do have a kit. This has to be perfect. But somebody continues to be an absolute demon, a thorn in the side. And that will be a 12-0 scoreline at the half.
Have a Grammy by 25. Commas after commas next to dollar sign. Yeah, remind myself why I'm living this life. Look at all the late nights. It'll all come in due time. Yeah. Made for the fight, for the pain and the climb. Tied to the life I chose. Stay through the night, another day, not a dime. Race against time. Yeah. I couldn't just lay by and wonder what I could have made mine. I'm closing on the moment, no one's gonna hold me down.
I pack my suitcase, headed out the door, I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home, a couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
A flawless T-half for Rare Atom. 12-0. They sit on map point now as they start the pistol round in the second half. Chinggis Warriors had no answer to anything that Rare Atom were doing. And now, let's see if they can get around the board.
Ooh, not a great start. Kaze with the dualies. Oh, goodness me. All right, Chinggis. Nope. I was about to say, can they recover? But no, they cannot. 13-0. That was a quick second half, Freddy. Any analysis on that last half?
That was the quickest half I've ever seen in my life. That was literally, I think